And he's going to say state of
State
Inter
of Inter.
address.
Breaking news.
And he's going to be Spalletti. Get the mask. No, we don't even need the mask. We got Spalletti here.
Cause the same game we all worship, keep fighting, we're rising, it's all worth it. Brothers and sisters, together staying strong. Within this boot is where we all belong. Different colour, same game we all worship, keep fighting.
What is up, everybody, and welcome back to Italian Football TV. We're joking off camera that this looks like a State of the Union address with Mr. Spalletti over here in the suit. Peter, first of all, what the hell's going on with your team with Inter? A lot of people have questions for you, the Inter fans. They want to know what's going on with Icardi, what's going on with Wanda, what's going on with Spalletti. I'm going to set the table for the people that don't know. The situation is as stands. We spoke about on the last podcast, tensions rising with Icardi because they've been negotiating for this contract with his wife/agent, Vanda. It came out yesterday that the captain's armband was taken away from Mauro Icardi, who's been the captain for many years at Inter, and nobody knew why. And then a few hours later, it comes out that he is dropped from the squad for Inter's match in the Europa League. A few hours later, Spalletti, in his press conference, you yourself, you came out and you said that it was not Inter who dropped Mauro Icardi. It was Mauro himself who refused to get on that plane and go to Austria. The rumors, some say it's over the contract, some say he got into an argument inside the locker room with his own players, and some say that Wanda, who came out on TV last week saying that the players around Icardi are not doing a good enough job to service her husband. Handanovic is the captain, first and foremost. As an Inter fan, Peter, how do you feel about this situation?
It's very upsetting. You know, we had high hopes at the start of the season, and then it looks like Inter is finally going to be able to do something. And then you reach a certain point in the season, like always, and they just hit a black hole, really. And this is just another thing that's getting into the whole Inter identity right now is confusion. I really think that this was something that's been boiling. It wasn't something that just happened all out of the blue. It definitely has something to do with what's going on in the locker room. I mean, I don't want to jump to, oh, what's this rumor, what's that rumor. I mean, there's a lot of speculation out there, and we'll probably never know what's the truth. One thing that they said was Perisic got into a fight with Icardi because he was upset that Wanda said, oh, Perisic hasn't been performing like he should be. He got upset and said, tell your wife to talk about someone else. Or talk about yourself. Don't talk about me. So I think you definitely see Marotta's hand in all of this.
Yeah.
Where he's saying, you know what? Inter is bigger than Icardi. Inter is going to make the decision, and we're going to stand by that decision. But also, the fans are upset at Icardi and how he's treated the whole situation.
Exactly.
Quite honestly, you know, a lot of the Inter fans were maybe on Icardi's side of the whole thing, saying, the guy's been doing good, just pay the man. I maybe mishandled the situation, or Wanda pushing too hard, and then everything else started to crumble.
When you're going at such a delicate moment of the season, you know, you're ahead of Milan, you're trying to secure that third spot, and you're letting it slip a little bit. Maybe your agent shouldn't be going on TV bashing the team because it's not really going to settle the playing field. Marotta has said a few times to her, you know, according to the papers, enough. Stop going to social media. Stop doing these things. And they even said that his last straw, I don't know if you read this, in Corriere, they said that she posted a picture not wearing many clothes with the Inter jersey in the background. And he said that Marotta saw that and he lost his mind. We know Marotta, he came from Juventus, a very strict policy. And he's trying to rule with an iron fist where it's like, listen, you're not going to get away with this certain stuff. Where maybe in the past, you would look the other way because you're like, this is our goal scorer, scores 29 goals every season. And I don't think that this being dropped is about the renewal. There's a perception that it is about the renewal.
Well, I think he probably felt disrespected in all this. And maybe not so much that the renewal situation is what opted him to choose not to fly with the team. More the fact that he lost the captain armband.
Do you think it's a right decision to get rid of the captain's armband from him and give it to Handanovic?
Quite honestly, yes. If all these rumors are going on, I think they already set their mind to the fact that Icardi, if he leaves, they're going to be okay. What's after Icardi? But just going back to Wanda, right? She's definitely part of the problem. So Icardi is Inter's top player. He deserves to get paid as a top player. And she definitely has a point to that. The only unfortunate thing is that she's his wife. She's on Tiki Taka, which is an Italian TV show. So every single day, she's got the headlines.
Until until Spalletti came out and said that it was Icardi's decision to stay home, everybody assumed that Inter dropped it.
I thought it was Spalletti who lost out on the locker room.
Okay.
But now these rumors, they're starting to make sense in the sense that between the players, you can see there's this friction.
You know, I think that if you're a true captain, you don't really need the captain's armband. And you could say to yourself, okay, they want to take my captain's armband away from me? No problem. I'm still going to go out there. I'm still going to do my job. And I'm still going to prove why I'm a leader on the pitch. And I think Ludovico also brought this up. A Zanetti or a Cambiaso. And of course, they would never lose their captain's armband. But if they did, I would only imagine they'd handle it a little bit better. Is there saving to this Icardi situation? Or come June, is Icardi gone?
There's definitely a chance that he can stay because he is one of the idolized players for Inter. He's the top goal scorer. The only thing is, it's like a marriage, you know? The team and the player have to want each other. The only unfortunate part of it is that I feel like Inter is shooting themselves in their foot because now all the surrounding teams know that Icardi wants out and Inter are looking to sell if they can't renew. Because at the end of the day, the contract nowadays, it means very little. If the player wants to go, he's leaving.
We got a few questions. We asked everybody on Instagram, guys, follow us at ItalianFootballTV. If you are not already, we'll give the people what they want, Peter. These are the questions specifically for you. Ahmed asks, is Icardi Dybala swap possible in the summer? We know both are having Dybala's smaller problem at Juventus, but both issues at their club.
I don't think it's possible. Juventus is not going to get rid of Dybala, especially to Inter.
But if they would want Icardi.
If they want Icardi, I still don't see how they would do a straight swap.
If you give us a little bit of cash. And
No, you guys have to get the money.
No, you know, I bring it up.
I don't see it possible because just the two fans, they're not gonna accept it.
They're gonna have a Guarin.
Guarin Vucinic,
and then
exactly.
last minute the fans are gonna fight and they're gonna pull the other way.
Exactly.
But it is funny because Paratici, Juventus's director, he said in the summer they had two options, 1 and 2. At first, he said, I'm not going to tell you what number 1 is. He goes, number 2 is to sign Ronaldo to motivate the team. And then after in the interview, they asked him a little bit more. And he said, okay, number 1 was to sign Icardi. So there is that interest. But I think that, I don't know if they could even get the 2. I think it would be a little bit ridiculous.
Like I said, listen, nothing in this world is impossible in the soccer world.
Would you do it is a question.
If Icardi really wants to give it to Inter, that's the team to go to.
Rigel, sorry, I don't know how to pronounce your name. Hope I said it right. Name the striker that can replace Mauro Icardi. Is it Lautaro? Is it Il Toro, the guy that you have already?
See, Lautaro Martinez, I find it increasingly every game that passes by very interesting. I mean, he definitely has the position as a center forward. You see him in the box, the runs he makes. He's a feisty striker. Even though he's small, he gets up and goes, you know? And he's been showing that he can score. Is he ready right now? Is he going to be able to carry the same load as Icardi? I don't know. Time has to tell.
Vincent De Candia with the last question. He says, will Milan surpass Inter in the rankings considering where both teams are currently? Antonio joked about this, let me say, a few weeks ago, and you laughed him off a little bit. How do you feel right now?
No, I did laugh him off. I still think that Inter has the quality of a team to keep up because, you know, Inter's going to slip on some points, but so is Milan. You know, Milan, they've gotten a lot better with the additions of Piontek and Paquetá. It's right there. It's 4 points. It's not like it's not possible.
The derby's going to be great.
Yeah, but the derby is coming up in like about a month. So that's going to be the deciding game, I think. That can really pinpoint who's going to jump who.
The one thing that I will say to all the fans and to everybody asking, in football, things change very, very quickly. The perception where a month ago you might say, of course, Inter is going to push even for second place, and then a few things don't go your way, and you say, wow, look how bad Inter is right now. While on the reverse, a month ago, you would say, man, Milan looks so bad. They sign a few players, things go their way, a few injuries come back, and they look amazing. You need to have a little bit of balance. You can't say, just because this happened, Inter's whole season is going to go down. What happens right now, it could be considered a slump. Guys, want to remind you real quick, our shirts, Calcio Tees, ItalianFootballTV.com. We got a lot of different varieties up there. Head on over and get yourself one. Peter, Spalletti, pleasure. We got a little content outside of the podcast. Antonio will be back for next week. I know everybody was commenting and asking. I'm sure that in his mind now, he's
loving this. He's loving this right now.
The 2 weeks for him on this football excited are probably so great.
I can't wait for one of his, what are they, puppet shows? What are they called now?
I don't know. the screen.
Maybe we should ask the fans what we should call that segment.
Yeah, you're right.
Good thing, right?
And which ones we need next. As always, thank you for watching. Subscribe if you are new. Leave a comment down below. Do you think Inter is going to keep Icardi? Do you think they were right in letting him lose the captain's armband? And who do you think is to blame? Let us know down below. As always, we'll talk to you soon. Ciao, ragazzi.
Ciao.
Beautiful.